What's up, Internet? Nerd Alert here. I'm Brandon. With Jimmy. We got Star Wars stuff to talk about. We have so much Star Wars stuff to talk about. Where do we begin? The Acolyte? Let's start with the Acolyte. This is getting a lot of hate. Dude, it's not even over yet. They were just going out and be like, I hate this. I'm like, did you even watch it? Grow up. Yeah.
Like, I don't know, man. Everyone I've talked to have been like, yeah, it's a great show so far. And like, you have to let the story finish before you just start freaking out about shit. Because I feel like everything that everyone is worried about continuity-wise or whatever has been addressed some way in the show, or is something they're pulling from the original movies.
Well, that's my favorite is people freak out. Oh my God, they broke canon. It's like, dude, Lucasfilm, specifically George, set this up in Return of the Jedi from a certain point of view. When Obi-Wan says that to Luke about Darth Vader being his dad, he's like, from a certain point of view, I was telling the truth. Everything 100% covered. Like any lie that happened in Star Wars, covered a certain point of view.
They literally established exactly, well, I didn't lie to you because... And then, what do they do in the Obi-Wan series? Anakin looks him in the blood with his face and was like, I killed Anakin. Anakin is dead. It's, like, they cover right then and there. Even I was reading online when people are really upset about Ki-Adi Mundi. The what?
The Jedi? The Ki-Adi Mundi?
Yeah.
Jedi?
Well, no. I was saying like, they were upset about, oh my gosh, they just created life. You threw away the entire thing of the Emperor was trying so hard to do. The Emperor was not trying to create Force-sensitive people. He was trying to create a body that could keep him alive, which is why you look at the Clone Wars, why you look at everything else. And then when they were talking about, oh, you're just throwing Anakin out the window like it's not important, it's not special. Going back and watching Episode 1, which I'm on my rewatch now. I'm halfway done Rebels. I'm getting there. But I just watched Episode 1 not long ago, and when she says there was no father, at no point does Qui-Gon report that as any news, seem overly shocked. Like, it's not anything that needs to be...
Which is funny because, what's he do? Midi-chlorians, oh my God. And they did it again now, so that I haven't heard midi-chlorians until this series again. I was like, oh God, they brought that back. So 100%.
I agree on the hate. And that last episode, the 5th episode, I guess we're going into spoiler territory, just in case, spoiler, what an amazing fight scene.
Yeah. All of that was great. And that's what I love about this. The Jedi are not being painted in a great light, nor should they be. They're literally like a cult. That's what it looks like. And now they got their asses kicked. Like, I've never heard or seen a reference to, oh yeah, like Star Trek, we have red shirt Jedi. And now literally we had Jedi and they asses so many players. We didn't even get to Jedi. People were wiped out. It was like, look at all the Jedi he was rolling in with. And it's like, they all died. Wow. That sucks. I was surprised, and I've read more, and maybe somehow Daphne King's character survived. I don't know.
No, she got 3 dead.
See, I don't know the anatomy of her species, so maybe there was nothing integral. She goes, wow,
you missed all the...
I was surprised she got killed, and then I was mad at Yard or whatever his name is. Like, I'll never find out why he's always angry. And I wanted to know, like, he's a Jedi, yet he's like, also, that
was brutal. Oh my God.
He just wreck? And I was like, oh, later.
I also look too, all the people who were upset about the series and all the characters are now upset that they killed off. I think that's somebody of the characters. It's like, make up your goddamn mind.
And the only one I really devastated was Kalnaka. I was like, I wanted to see a Jedi Wookiee, like, fuck shit.
Oh, man.
And he's just already dead before it even started.
Did you? I saw a lot. I don't know if this is true or not, but I'd read that the reason you didn't see more of that was budgetary reasons.
It's a dude in a fur costume.
Listen, I don't know. I'm just saying, like, I don't know.
What is dude? Come on, man.
That's just what I had heard. But,
well, then, yeah, I'd cheat off with Kevin.
Sam Bunny also through. Well, I mean, the argument of people hating against it just has been so...
My favorite ridiculous is the fan-made film from years ago called The Acolyte. That somehow was listed on IMDb or whatever. Was getting hit with ratings just diving because people didn't even look at what they're giving negative reviews for. As poor guys, like, no, it's like, I like my Star Wars movie. It's like, geez, seriously, that's how bad you made it. You don't even look to make sure you're on the right page. It's like, that's ridiculous.
Words look like the words I don't like.
And like after the first episode, I know they released 1 and 2 together, but after the first episode, when Carrie-Anne Moss died right away, it was, this show, what the heck? What are they doing? It's like, wait for it to man. Come on. And now we're getting the story. Admittedly, I'm not a huge fan of the High Republic from the books.
Yeah.
But I wanted to see how they developed it, and I'm very impressed. I want to know more about Saul. Honestly, he's holding back on whatever, dude. He's really got a lot, dude. He seems to know.
And no ton. And I'm like, someone needs to like talk to this guy.
And to be honest, I was a little disappointed that it turned out to be Kamir because, one, all I can picture is The Good Place, Jason, being a Jacksonville fan. And it's like,
oh my God, I didn't even put that together.
Sorry that's in your brain about because you'll be like, dude, that's the guy.
Oh man, I'm never going to unsee that.
They made a reference where Manny and Osha were like, Mother had that capability. I'm like, oh my God, that'd be awesome if one of their moms is now the Jedi Sith. And she went from being this witch coven to, I went on whatever's Jedi up.
But that was my only complaint with the whole show is that like that fire starts and everyone's just suddenly dead. So I'm like, I hope that something else happened.
I've read a lot that Saul knows.
Okay, well, see, that's what I was hoping for.
And Osha was locked away and she didn't see what happened. So we're like, was it May? Who happened? Hopefully we learn more about that. I want to know more about Kamir. Obviously, now that we know who it is, like, why does he hate the Jedi so much?
Yeah.
It's not definitive that he's a Sith. We use that generically, but Knights of Ren were around back then. Could be that. Could be some Derek Ford.
Like, that's part of that. That's what I was thinking.
That where it comes up with Ki-Mundi again, where it's like, he's the one that was the biggest proponent in the prequels. The Sith have been gone for thousands of years.
Yeah.
It's like, motherfuckers alive right now. When I was not tearing it up.
But I mean, like, even with that, is everyone just assumes, and it's like, you don't know that they're Sith. You don't know that that's who that is yet. It's a rogue Jedi. Like, it's kind of what they establish in with all of the movies. Like, there doesn't have to be, for the longest time, you think it was Jedi and Sith, and then it's like, between the last 3 movies with Rey, and even the conversation Luke has with Yoda, where Luke was cool because he was a Jedi in training, but he was not raised in the temple and stuff like that. So when you go back and you look at these movies and you see the Jedi, it's like, for as cool as you think a Jedi is, the actual establishment was kind of awful.
It's like they diluted it.
Yeah, they did. And even Yoda says that when the texts get burned, and Luke's like, the ancient text, and he's like, oh, real page turners, huh? And like that conversation itself is Yoda being like, everything we did was not the right way to do it. And Luke was just doing what he thought he should do, and it also didn't work out. So it's like painting the Jedi in this light. It's okay to show them not being perfect because it's heavily implied for a long time that they were not correct.
Well, you look
not right to do.
Yoda's admitted 900 years old, whatever. Okay, ancient, right?
Yeah.
So a majority of his career as a Jedi, he sucked.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It was like the last 20 years of his life. He was like, I need to go somewhere isolated to think about this.
And I point to Qui-Gon as being the one who's like, you guys all suck. And they talk about the prequels where he's like, you could have been on the council if you just did what he's like, no, I'm not going to do that because we're wrong.
Yeah.
And he was the one that was right. So when Obi-Wan, the series came out and he comes back as like the first ghost Jedi, it's like, yeah, because he kept training even though he was dead. That's how amazing this dude is.
Yeah.
And the Jedi were wrong.
We need, those Magneto were right shirts and the Qui-Gon was right.
Which is, again, why I'm excited with the new trilogy for Rey. And I know people are like, oh my God, the new sequel sucks. It's like,
it's not out yet. I don't care. It's not out.
But the new Rey is going to, I would hope, deal with what the Jedi are now versus the Republic, High Republic, where they're showing what they were. And obviously they were fallible, arrogant. Yeah, thought they knew everything, but didn't. And the one thing I've talked about in a video I put out was, why are the Jedi always wanting balance with the Force? Yeah, they're the ones that have the power. Why in God's name would they want balance, which would mean the Sith would have to rise up? I've never understood that.
That's a very fair point.
They're like, oh, the prophecy. He could bring balance to the Jedi. It's like, motherfuckers, you're in control.
Yeah, you guys are in charge. Why would like, hey, you can not even bring balance? Just, hey, we stop.
Yeah,
good.
Yeah, it's good.
Exactly. We don't have power anymore. We're just not gonna tell people what to do.
And it's not canon, but that's where Darth Bane came in, where he saw the Sith were deluding themselves.
Not canon yet.
Yeah. Bane is canon, but his story is not.
Yes.
Where he wipes out the Sith because he realizes the rule of 2 is what's going to make them more powerful.
Yeah.
Well, they do, but now we see the inverse with the High Republic with all these moronic Jedi. Like, cool. But you guys can't even tell there's like this powerful Sith, not just in the Acolyte, but obviously in the Rebels.
Throughout time, it just proves that like throughout time they've been more concerned with themselves than anything else.
But I will say, on the flip side, there is precedent where literally, and I know this is an accidental precedent, Darth Vader sitting there talking to Leia and has no clue that's his daughter. So it's like, he's not looking for it, so he doesn't know. So the Jedi are looking for Palpatine to be this dark Sith, so they don't know. They just know.
Yeah. Who could it be? And he's just sitting there like, idiot.
Exactly.
He's stupid asshole.
We're going to have to keep an eye on your career there, Eddie.
He takes a photo and he's like, they don't even know behind him. Look at these fools.
So yeah, that's Star Wars updates. So we got a lot of Star Wars, a lot more, and cut the hate out, man. If you don't like it,
Dude, it's honestly, if you don't like it, don't watch it. It's
fine. Yeah,
that's cool. You can watch what I do. His favorite thing about everyone who talks shit about it is they still watch every episode.
Or not.
That sucked. It was bad. And then they're like, episode 4 was the worst. No, I just watched episode 5. That was the worst. And it's like,
Although,
so you're
I did another
like Krabby Patties, don't you, Squidward? It's like, yeah, it's one of those moments.
nice reference. I did a breakdown for each episode, and at the last video, I put a code word at the end for all the haters. If you watched it, say this word, and I will then respect your opinion. Otherwise, shut the fuck up, because everybody's coming in with the negative comments. Like, you didn't even watch the damn video. No.
He doesn't want to say it. He wants you to say it.
Is it Ewok? Kyle thinks of more than one Marvel movie this year.
That's what.